There he's fucking go. Dusty Bogan here. Check out my baggy hat, 4X Gold, from the brewery on the fucking weekend. Pretty sick, eh? They gave me a, giving away, buddy. If you buy a fucking jug of beer, you get a free baggy fucking 4X Gold hat. They're pretty sick. We're like an army of us with the old fucking baggies on. It's always good fun. So fucking Trump's shut down. I think I need to put my real hat on. Fucking bang. Can't do it without my freaking... It's like Jim Carrey and The Mask, you know what I mean? When he puts on he's like, turns into a freak. That's me, mate. So fucking Donald Trump, he's rock and roll. He's in town. Ain't watching already, jeez. You guys are quick and onto it. Deadbeat, you're already there. What did I miss? Nothing. You missed me telling you about the fucking baggy hat. My 4X fucking Gold hat. But I have to wear my Bogan hat. I can't help myself. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I was, good morning. Damn. Cheers, Deadbeat. You're always here. You're always tuning in. You're a fucking legend, mate. Anyway, let's hook into the fucking news. I was read a few gold articles today, but I had to clickbait in about Donald Trump, you know. Here you go. How funny is this? Remember how how the fuck do you say this dude's name? The Mr. Khan. I don't know his first name. We'll pick it up along the article. This fucking, Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London, that full left-wing loser, Pakistani, probably a Muslim. I'd say he's Muslim. And remember when he was like, we're going to boycott fucking Donald Trump coming to London and all this. He was a real dickhead. Now Trump's rolled into town and I've rolled out the red carpet for him. Looks like it's all good. And this mayor, he's a fucking dickhead. But yeah, Trump, this article says, stone cold loser, Donald Trump lashes out at London mayor who fires back in video form. I haven't seen the video. Apparently it's like 2 minutes, probably him crying like a baby. He's the mayor who was like, terrorist attacks are just a part of being in a major city. What a dickhead. Fucking loser, mate. That's why it must be like every city now has them Islamic fucking suicide blocks, you know what I mean? All the streets around Brisbane City have got these suicide blocks there to stop trucks driving into us. You know what I mean? While we're walking along in peace and harmony. Anyway, Donald Trump attacks London mayor as a stone cold loser. What a legend. Go Trump. As he arrived in the UK for a state visit and waded into British politics even before touching down by Sadiq Khan. Can you hear my possums? They're going fucking mental again. Fucking hate them. Before touching down, but Sadiq Khan has hit back. The president called Khan very dumb and incompetent and mocked his height before touching down. What a legend. Trump just smashes him hard out. If you hear screeching in the background, it's just the possum in my roof. One day I'll catch him. I'll catch him in a cage and I'll just be like, I've got a friend for you. I'll show you the possums. Because I always catch him. So I might if I try set a trap, I reckon I could set a trap and it could go off. I'll set a trap every afternoon before I do a video, and one day you might be able to see the possum. And then I'll get rid of him and another one will just move in. Doesn't matter what you do. I need one of these lights. Apparently someone told me you can get these lights, like a fucking high beam solar light. And then you put it in the roof or the cavity where they live and they hate it. think that's what I'm gonna have to do, because I can't find out how to block these filthy creatures, the scumbags. Anyway, here we go. Mr. Trump said the mayor had been foolishly nasty to the visiting president of the United States. Yeah, he's an idiot. He was being a full major loser to Trump before, pretty much as soon as Trump got elected. But who cares anyway? You know what I mean? When you're right, you're right. Doesn't matter what losers say about you when they're wrong. Khan reminds me very much of a very dumb and incompetent mayor of New York, Bill de Blasio, probably said that wrong, who has also done a terrible job. Only half as high tweeted the president. What a fucking stud. Mr. Khan had called the president one of the most, can't even pronounce this word. I would imagine it's I'm not going to try. Stupid. He probably called him stupid idiot or something. Examples of a growing global trend from far right groups and a Sunday opinion piece. Yeah, there's a growing far right trend. It's not a growing far right trend. It's just that the mainstream media and the political establishment have gone so far left. Being normal is considered being far right. That's the situation we're in. If you're watching the show, you're fucking normal. You're just a normal person with normal concerns. You know what I mean? It's like for thousands of years, everything's been pretty normal, and now we're trying to fucking reinvent the wheel. Gay marriage, fucking transgender language, no borders, teaching kids gender is fluid. They must be off their fucking heads. Keep doing, and then it's like communism works, socialism works. You can say it as much as you want. It doesn't work. It's never worked and never will work. You know what I mean? So anyway, where the hell was I? He told Sky News, I don't think we should be rolling out the red carpet, likening the US to the best friend. Best friends should call out when you think they're wrong. He's a stupid idiot. I bet he has no friends, this guy. All his friends would just be brainwashed idiots. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got mates and we disagree. I don't think I agree with everyone 100% on anything. It just doesn't exist. That's not, and yes, we're all going to call out people. Hey, you stupid idiot. Nothing wrong with that. But anyway, he should be cheering Trump on, be like, holy shit, mate, you've done a great job. I'm fucking stupid. Look how shit London's getting. Look how many people are getting stabbed. And how many terrorist attacks have happened since this idiot's been the mayor. Now Mr. Khan has released a 2-minute video outlining all things he does not like about the US president. And we don't even need to watch it, mate. You could just imagine it'll be like all the other left-wing idiots. I don't like the fact that Trump has created heaps of jobs for Americans and shutting down or securing the border. I don't like that shit. I don't like the fact that he's having a trade war. This is what they need. England needs to follow the example of Trump, because once Brexit happens, you're going to have to renegotiate all your trade deals. So hopefully Trump's paving the way. You know what I mean? Maybe some of his advisors can come over and help you guys get good deals and that. That'd be fucking sweet. And then also locking down the border. What a great example he is. Bringing back manufacturing jobs. That's awesome. So bloody good. And after the brewery tour on the weekend, it was all like machinery. This whole factory, I think they said there was 132 bloody employees on 3 rosters, 24 hours a day. For 3 rosters, there's 130 employees in the Forex brewery, because it's all machinery. It's all bloody automated machinery. It's run by the T1000, the old brewery now. I'm thinking to myself, like 130 bloody employees. It's probably like 4 McDonald's. You know what I mean? Or 5 McDonald's would have that many employees. I reckon each Macca's would have to employ 24 hours. Macca's have to employ 40 people, but not full time. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. But it was bloody good. It was bloody good that brewery tour. The tension between the polar opposite politicians goes back years, with Mr. Khan saying he hoped Hillary Clinton would win, defeat Trump in 2016 election, and the president challenged the ignorant man to an IQ test. So Trump challenged him to an IQ test. What a fucking legend. Anyway, are we done with this? I'm done reading about this guy. I could just imagine. I don't even care about this stupid mayor. I hope that stupid mayor just, gets voted out the next election. Surely he will. And Trump will win 2020 and he'll be in your face, you stupid loser. So there's another fucking... I'll go jump the comment section. That's how we're rolling. Wow. 17 people watching. Fucking thanks, eh? Thanks for watching. I'll try and jump in the comment section here. Where are we? Trump's been chilling with the Queen. What a legend. Good on him. He banned knives in London. That's right. This stupid idiot has banned knives in London. I reckon a fork would fucking kill you too, They're going to ban forks next. They should try banning Muslims. That'd be a fucking good idea. And then you can have all the knives and guns you want, mate. Nah, I don't know. Here we go. Because knives were committing so many crimes. Oh God, it's so funny. Okay, smash through. Who was that? I don't even know. Can't pronounce your name. Some bloke. Zarathania Thesta. I can't pronounce your name, bro. Thanks for fucking joining it. I've got possums, boxers, and wild dogs, dude. That's fucking epic. Where do you live, mate? In the sticks somewhere. All true London and New York mayors are disasters. Fucking oath, they're losers. Jeez Louise. I've been to London and New York. I thought they were both nice enough cities. I didn't think they were too bad. Fucking massive. But yeah, I live in Brisbane City and it's fucking amazing. It's only like 1.8 million people. Maybe it's 2 million people now. And the Gold Coast, which is about an hour's drive away, has like 1.2 million. And then we've got like surrounding other smaller like towns around Brisbane City. So I think there's something like maybe close to 4 million people in southeast Queensland where I live. It's quite populated, but I don't know. Doesn't seem, it's not like London and New York, That's a fucking proper city. Deadbeat. He'll win again, says imported voters. Yeah, hopefully fucking not. Hopefully they just get Brexit to happen and they can stop the fucking immigration. They need to be like, nah, we're not letting immigrants. First thing the whole of Europe needs to do is just be like, right, we're not letting in. They just need to cut back the Muslim immigration. And if they're going to bring in immigrants, they need to be like, right, we're going to let in some Hindus and Buddhists and Christians and Catholics. So then it's like evens out that high Muslim population. Because I don't know if they'll be able to be like, hey, you got to go home. I don't know if they'll be able to do that. The only answer is to like slowly cut back immigration, zero illegal immigration, then be like, right, do you even need immigration? For what economic purpose is it? Is it because you have an aging population that didn't have enough kids? That's what, that's the reason why they say there's an aging population. Every generation, it's like every generation didn't have enough kids to replace themselves economically, to provide for them economically when they move into the fucking retirement. So they're like, oh, we'll supplement it through immigration so that these people enter the workforce, the new immigrants, and that will supplement the fucking taxes for this generation who moves into retirement. That's the whole point, but it was a stupid idea migrating just fucking Muslims. And I think it's fucking disaster. Immigrate Christians, plenty of Christians around the world, you know what I mean? Oh, my mate, White Aussie's back. The Jews bogan vilifies the Muslims again. Got to protect the chosen people of foreskins. Yeah, mate, I fucking will always defend Israel. And you can totally see the Muslims are a problem everywhere. They're a problem in Russia, haven't they? They've had terrorist attacks. They're a problem in China, problem in India and the Philippines. Go ask your mates, even your like Fijian mates and Papua New Guinean mates. They've all got problems with Muslims. So do the Nigerians, so do fucking Israel. There's like a common thread happening there. Anyway, I won't get into that too fucking much. Good to see you in here, Lacey. No Muslim in the UK. I think they shouldn't migrate any more Muslims, period. Should be like, nah, we're fucking putting an end to that. It hasn't worked. Like I went to the Sikh festival in Brisbane. We were just walking through. We're on our way to like a legalized weed rally. You might have seen it. And there was like a Sikh festival going on. So there's thousands. I think there was like 2,000 Sikhs rallying in the city. Felt safe as, right? Thinking if these are all Muslims, it'd be fucked. But if it was any other like culture, if they were Hindu, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jews, Christians, whatever, you wouldn't give a fuck, right? You'd be like, sweet, no worries. Muslims, on the other hand, I think it'd be a bit awkward, be a bit uncomfortable. But the Sikhs were all good. I'm like, hey, just having a good chat with the Sikhs. And they were like, I was like, do you love being in Australia? Do you love freedom of speech and democracy and capitalism? They're like, yeah, mate, it's brilliant. I love it. The Sikhs are fucking cool. I think they've been at war with the Muslims since day dot too. Anyway, ban Islam. Yeah, I would say we need to ban Islamic immigration from here on out. You could probably leave the ones you got in here. Just be like, you're all right. And if you fucking break the law and be dickheads, we're going to deport you. Yeah, they came peacefully so they can leave peacefully. Pretty much right. That's why I think if the UN's like, you have to let in a certain amount of refugees, I'll be like, I will give them temporary protection visas. They can stay for a year or two, and when shit gets all good back home, we'll send them back. You know what I mean? I reckon you don't even need immigration. I reckon you could just issue out temporary protection visas, student visas, holiday visas, and work visas, but they're all temporary. So people could come into Western cultures, be like, oh fuck, this is awesome, and then send them back. And hopefully they go back, they get like culturally enriched by the West, go back to where they come from, and then they could help their own country out. Because we're fucking doing fine. It has to be a benefit to our nation to even consider having any immigrants in, I reckon. You know what I mean? What are my thoughts on the European election results? I reckon it's great Nigel Farage got up. Hopefully you can get Brexit happening. You know what I mean? Great idea, actually. Hillbilly redneck. Thanks, mate. How about I'll read another fucking article? Yeah, so get this one. This is a bit of local Aussie fucking news. I think this brewery was in, New South Wales. I'll just read the article. It says, Rush Hour Brewery apologised for homophobic meme. This is the bullshit world we live in, the PC madness. Welcome to Rush Hour. Some of these articles are written really fucked. And you read it and you're like, what? the fuck's going on? Last night when I read that Lauren Sutherland article, it was just like clear, simple language. Maybe I'm fucking stupid, but I was like, oh, I could actually read that article without being like, what the fuck? Anyway, welcome to Rush Hour. I'm not even going to read the start of this. Here we go. Victorian Brewery is in hot water after posting an incredibly offensive meme on its Facebook page. Southern Bay Brewery posted the controversial image on Monday night and was forced to remove it in under an hour because of the backlash. The post read, I actually shared it on my Facebook, Instagram, and MeWe, so you can see the fucking meme yourself. The post read, non-alcoholic beer, you mean gay lemonade? And it's got like a picture of like, you know, them old school strongmen with the sick mustaches. He's like ready to punch on. Plus you want to be like, you don't want to have your fucking wrist bent like that. So anyway, you're gonna fuck. We did second degrees on Saturday night where you have to name 5 breakfast cereals. So to be a second degree member for the Proud Boys, you gotta name 5 breakfast cereals while 5 of us punch you. And when you name the 5 breakfast cereals, we stop and you become a second degree member, but no headshots or ball shots. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Some of these boys are like fucking bricks, eh? When you punch them. They love it. It was good fun. Anyway, where the fuck was I? Within minutes, the post was flooded with comments from outraged social media users with an absolute, what an absolute disgrace, one person said. Another wrote, seriously, you have to be living under a rock. That's living under a rock. To think that a post like that is not going to get a rise out of people. They should have just left it. Who cares? Like, you know what, if I had like, I could imagine if I had fucking 20,000 people posting under my video or in my live and being like whinging, like, about something I said, I'd be like, fuck you. That'd be 0.001% of the population. Who gives a fuck what they say? Who cares what these idiots think? You're having a fucking, they're having a joke. Gays used to be able to laugh. You know what I mean? They used to just laugh it off. They didn't give a fuck. And then now our brains have been infected with this PC fucking disease. You know what I mean? It's not your fault, brewery. It's not your fault, mate, that the left-wing fucking losers have been spreading their infectious disease into the world, making everyone fucking, you know, I'm a fucking softy now. I'm a loser. Everything offends me. Fucking get over it. Who cares? It's supposed to be a joke. It's supposed to just laugh it off. Anyway, where was I? Hey, wow, your social media just dropped below the quality of your beer. Beer's always good, mate. I don't know, I've ever had a bad tasting beer. The only bad tasting beer I've ever had in my life was the beer I brewed myself. And I was like, fucking yes. I think I had a video. I don't know if I did take a few of my videos down. I was like, fucking shit. But that's all right. I waited till I got to 1,000 subs before I went through and was like, that one shit, that one shit, that one shit, that one shit, that one shit. And yeah, I did my first homebrew. It took like a month to brew this beer, and then I was like, put my beer in the fridge. And then I cracked it open. I was like, let's have a fucking taste. I think I did it. I think it was a video I posted just in the Proud Boys. And I had a sip, and I was like, right, boys, having my first fucking test. Had a sip, and I'm like, fuck, tastes like shit. And I think it did. That was the worst beer I've ever tasted. And other than that, every beer I've ever tasted has been delicious. You know what I mean? As long as it gets you pissed, mate. Nah. Here we go. Where was I? Now deleted its, here we go. Wow, your social media just dropped below the quality of your beer. Congrats. Now delete this rancid post. The brewery later issued a groveling apology saying sorry to all that were offended. This was posted without any thought whatsoever, and no offense was intended. I apologize unreservedly, the post read. We realize this is not good enough and we should not have posted the homophobic beer meme. What a fucking joke. Gay lemonade. See, the thing is, this is the stupid thing. If people are taking the piss out of you, here's one for the gays, right? Like this meme on the fucking phone, right? It's like, okay, that's the meme. You can't see it. That's the meme, right? If people are kind of taking the piss out of you, it's like, it's like the old saying, you only joke with your mates. Once you're like in and you're having a bit of fucking banter and joking, it's like, oh yeah, they can take it. You're giving each other a bit of grief. Not too much, but just a little bit. It's kind of like camaraderie or whatever they call it. It's like you're actually mates. You become friends. You know what I mean? And that's like it's like a good, healthy sign when you can joke about things. And now we're getting to the point, it's like, no, we can't joke. Someone's militant in that transaction. Now, I don't think it's the person who's joking. I think the militant fucking nutcase in the scenario is the person who's, I'm so fucking offended. The other problem person. The dude who did this meme isn't the problem. The problem is the fucking the offended class. I can't believe how this guy's just fucking bent over backwards and apologized. It's all this thing, like, it's like I always say, it's like, they're all like the PC culture. We could boil it down to, it could start a lot of how the PC madness has started. It's like this company, and they're like, holy fuck, we didn't realize that it's like they want 100% of everyone to buy that product. So if they're like, oh shit, they say a joke or something's just a little bit cheeky, they're like, holy fuck, we've marginalised a group of people who could potentially buy that product. Even if 1% of the population's gay, they're like, the squeaky wheel always gets the grease. They're the one who's like whinging and carrying on, crying like a baby. So I don't even think that I don't think any of these people who fucking whinged like little bitches here about this post, I bet you none of them were gay. I don't think the gays are even the ones behind this shit. A lot of the time, I think a lot of the offended class, the people who are like, oh, fuck, that's not good. They're not even the orders, is them virtue signaling. That's what it is. It's them being keyboard warriors. I mean, like, it's just a big virtue signal. I'm fucking awesome. They're Facebook Pharisees. Remember the Pharisees of the old, who Jesus dealt with? And he was like, they were going around fucking talking shit, condemning everyone. And Jesus condemned them. That's what we need to do. We need to be the Jesus to the Facebook Pharisees who are like just hypocritical. They're just doing it to look good. They don't give a fuck about the gays or anyone. You know what I mean? So, fuck them guys. What was the name of the brewery? I think like don't ever buy Southern Bay Brew Co. Southern Bay Brew Co. Just remember that. Never buy a beer from them because they capitulated to the PC madness. They didn't capitulate to gays, remember that. They capitulated to virtue signaling losers. And the people who always virtue signal, right, they don't have any friends. They're so fucking, oh my God, the fucking 2 people I talk to are gonna fucking not be my friend. So they have to virtue signal because they're fucking dead set losers. No one wants to be their friends anyway. Do you know what I mean? Here's another fucking one. Someone just posted this. I think they might have posted on my Telegram. I haven't read it, but I was like, there you fucking go. This sounds stupid. It might just be clickbait. It might not even be real. Here is what the title of this fucking article says. My friend's toxic positivity crushed me. So now they're claiming, someone's claiming victim status because someone was too fucking positive and it hurt my feeling. This new era, this new sugar-coated form of gaslighting is just as hurtful. So let's just read it. I haven't read it, and then we'll break it fucking down. This might be real shit read. It has a feel. Just by looking at it, it looks terrible. My voice caught in my throat as I attempted to make what I hoped was a pleasantly surprised noise when I felt anything but. My friend had just handed me a little something to acknowledge that I'd been going through a difficult time. A silver decorative spoon with the inscription, "Don't worry, be happy." After a couple of months waiting my way through a stressful new job and the chronic anxiety that came with it, this cheery quote felt like a smarting smack in the face. I didn't realize at the time, but now I know why my mate's present hurt so badly. She just delivered me a dose of toxic positivity. Toxic positivity. Jeez, these PC fucking losers whinge about everything. You know what I mean? If you're all doing shit, it's all right, other people are happy. Do you know what I mean? It's normal to put on a face too. You know what I mean? When you're just like, I feel like shit, and you'd be like, fuck, shit, I feel like shit, low energy, whatever. And you're just like, ugh. And you pretend to smile. And you pretend it's all going, all good. And people say, hey, yeah, mate. And you go, yeah, not bad. You really feel like shit. You just do it because you're just wading through life and you're just trying to get to the end of the fucking day, and then you'd be like, ah. And sometimes you go through shit times, and that's all good. Who gives a fuck? But there's a certain amount of like pretending we all have to do. That's normal. And then when you're with your mates, which I hope you all have fucking mates, so you'd be like, yeah, it's a fact. And then a good mate would just be like I said, like I was saying, the benefit of being in the Proud Boys yesterday, in my video yesterday, it's like when I'm in the shit and shit ain't going right, the boys are like, it's fucked, mate. They kind of grieve with you. And then when things are going on the up, they're all like, fucking oath, mate. So that's what a good friend will do, is like they'll kind of go with you on your journey where you're at. And like, you know, what was the fucking thing? Anyway, but I'm no fucking expert either. We'll continue on because I'm just going on tangents I know nothing about. So what is toxic positivity? A sugar-coated form of gaslighting. Toxic positivity operates on the idea that any challenge can be overcome if you embrace a positive mindset. It essentially yanks the validity of a person's genuine feelings out from underneath them and makes them feel somewhat responsible for that situation. I kind of agree. It's kind of like the prosperity gospel that they preach at church. You know what I mean? They're like, it's fucking brilliant. They pretend to be fake all the time. Not all churches, just some people. Some people try to be like, fucking, everything's fucking okay and good. It's too fake. There's a certain amount of fakeness that you need to do in your everyday life. One good thing about my church is like, they'll be like, yeah, that's shit. Some situations are fucked. It's no good. They won't say that exactly, but they grieve with people. They understand that. They have the balance right. So I think it's just called being normal. You know what I mean? So I kind of agree in a way, because it's like, it's all positive feeling. You just keep being positive. I think there is like a psychological side to life where you need to have like a nice bit of fucking vision. Be like a person with vision. I find having a vision in life, as in like a goal, vision where you want to go in life, then on the journey of getting there, it's going to be like this, like a fucking roller coaster, peaks and troughs. But you're like, it's all good. Doesn't matter. Shit happens along the way. I know I've got a fucking destiny. I've got a picture and a goal and a dream and desire that I'm working my way towards. That kind of helps. But along that journey, yeah, we're guaranteed we're going to have some shit go down. That's fairly normal. Anyway, do we even want to read this article? I don't even want to fucking read it. It's one of these self-help. It's like reverse psychiatry, self-help guru. What she's saying, ditch the positivity pressure. Toxic positivity is a byproduct of the feel-good movement that I can't even pronounce that word. The feel-good movement that's in our culture. The spreading good vibes only mantra now holds the same status that kale-filled green smoothies did when the wellness movement first started. As a result, when people who feel stressed, depressed, or anxious are presented with advice along the lines of think happy thoughts, the negative feelings can ironically multiply. Holy fuck. When I went through a tough patch in my life when I was like injured in that, I had a whole heap of injuries just hit me at once. And it was like real fucked. My missus had finished uni. She was doing heaps. Wasn't in a position to really help me. And I was injured and I went to work and I was like, fuck, I'm going on compo. And the boss was like, if you go on compo, anyone goes on compo, they get in the sack. And I was like, fuck, I'll suck it up. I have to suck this up. And I went and got antidepressants and high-powered painkillers. And then it was just weird circumstance at my church I volunteered at for 8 years. They started preaching the prosperity gospel. Like it was 8 years of gold, pretty good kind of Christianity. And they just started preaching all this shit like, if you don't, the more money you give, the more blessed you'll be. And if you don't give 10%, you're cursed. And I was like, that really, like, when I was already injured and been like, fuck, the injuries hurt. And it kind of made me feel a bit depressed. I was like, fuck, I really need help right now. And then I was like, in church, I was like, what is this bullshit they're talking about? It's just a fucking lie. It makes me want to spew. It kind of made me feel like it really hurt my heart because for 8 years I served the local church volunteering. It's like, yeah, come to this place really good. Thought the doctrine and they had the balance right. And then they just threw the baby out with the bathwater and started preaching all this fucking prosperity gospel bullshit. And I was pretty much like, sorry, mate, I can't volunteer. I'm not going to help you in your false gospel. They were like, oh my God, they were shocked. Why are you shocked about that? I can read the Bible for myself, mate. I'm not going to fucking help you teach lies, you fucking idiots. Kind of hurt me, but I wonder what did help me. Being honest enough to ask for help, being able to go to a doctor and talk to them, and being able to talk to my family and friends, that helped me. Being realistic. And then you get through the shit. You get through it. And it's not easy, but you do. I was drinking a lot then too. Probably didn't help. But then I became a Proud Boy and had heaps of good mates around me who fucking cheered me on, got me through it. Were honest about their own shit too. And we backed each other up. You back each other up and you get through. And I'm no master. I reckon 12 Rules to Life's a good book from Jordan Peterson. It could help. I don't think it is all and end all, but I think it could help. You know what I mean? I remember looking up and be like, fucking, how do you fix injuries? I was just Googling, that particular injury, this injury, that injury. I was just ticking all the boxes. I did everything you're supposed to do in this situation. Go to a physio, go to the doctor, fucking take the medicine, looking after my diet, looking after my sleep, kept doing positive things, kept exercising, And you keep going, keep going through the tough times, and then eventually it works out. Anyway, fuck. Not to say I'm an expert, but yeah, like in life, you just stumble. You stumble through life, and shit happens, and you get it. You pull it together eventually, and at the end of the day, you're like, you look back and you go, oh yeah, fucking got through that. All good. No fucking worries. And you learn how to deal with shit a bit better every time. And the good thing is, don't let your heart get burdened. You know what I mean? You got to just forgive people who hurt you, move on. You don't have to hang out with people who piss you off. Hang out with people who fucking make you, who are all good. My advice to this, Sheila, is if that person, you don't like them and you can't, if they're trying to genuinely help you and they didn't realise what they were doing pissed you off, talk to them about it, or just don't hang around with them. But don't set up camp around losers in your life. That's some good advice. Anyway, I'm not gonna fucking read this shit. I'm done. I guess it was interesting enough, but I'll jump into the fucking comment section. 26 of yous, how you fucking going? Where the fuck will I start reading the comments? Yeah. Hey, the medicine man's in here. Good on you, mate. Hillbilly Redneck. Some people are naturally happier than others. Some way they deal with trauma better than others. Yeah, I reckon it's true. And I think sometimes there is trauma. That's right. We do go through trauma, whether it be like an injury or fucking even other people around you can be going through shit, like close family and friends, and you're like, fuck, that can affect you. It's all right. You don't have to be fucking Superman in this world. That's what I used to think, hey. I used to think I had to be fucking have it all together. You don't. That's just a fucking lie. We don't have to believe the Instagram Hollywood bullshit. It doesn't work. You know what? If the goal was this fucking Hollywood polished fucking Instagram life, if that was fucking perfect, well, guess what? All these rich fucking Hollywood people, right? Why do they always end up in mental health fucking wards, mental institutions, and fucking drug rehabs? Because it doesn't fucking satisfy. It doesn't fucking work. It's just like a polished egg, mate. You know what I mean? It's so shiny and beautiful. It's like an Easter egg that's like painted all pretty, but if it's rotten inside, then it doesn't matter how pretty it is on the outside, eh? That's slowly what happens sometimes, can happen. I'm fucking talking shit. Yeah. Have 10% of these nuts. There you go. Thank you very much, mate. If I had super chats running, I reckon you'd give me fucking 10 cents, mate. The Dancing Medicine Man. They are funny though. Most of their bloodlines are tainted with Arab blood, which is weird. I don't know. Here we go. I'm not going there, mate. Starting already. Yeah, go see Dancing Medicine Man. He comes on my show on fucking Thirsty Thursday, and he loves talking about the fucking lizard people. So tune into the Medicine Man's channel. You can see him in the comments section. Click on his fucking thing and go tune into his shit and then talk about lizard people fucking 24/7. You'll love it. Dusty, you need to find a new church, and the one thing every gospel says is that Jesus drank wine. Hey, and Peterson seems like controlled opposition. I don't know. Yeah, I found a new church. My new church is fucking sick, and I'm so grateful for moving, because like the hardest thing about that, you like spend 8 years, however long I was there, and you're like, yeah, come to this church, fucking sick, and you volunteer, and you're creating it, because I like to do life like, you want to create the world you want to live in. You want to be like, okay, here's some problems, try to fix that and make it fun and awesome. Everything I did in that last church I went to, like kids church and youth group and young adults, it was all fucking awesome. Everything I did in it was fucking great and people loved it. But when they start teaching false doctrine, I was like, ooh, that fucking hurt. That really hurt my heart because it was like I built into something and it got, and you know, it was like, here was my heart, here was my vision. And then they just started going like that. And I'm like, holy fuck, I can't go in that direction. That's not who I am. I ain't going down the road of trying to tell people how much money they give is going to fucking, you know, buy them favor with God. I don't believe that shit. That's a fucking lie. Remember how Jesus turned the table over in the fucking temple where they were buying and selling the fucking animal sacrifices and they were profiteering out of it? You know what I mean? Jesus went like, nah, not good enough, boys, and he flipped the tables of the money changers and he fucking made a sweet whip and was like, F you guys. Jesus fucking sweet. Dusty is awesome to go to church with. Yeah, my pastor, my new church, he's a fucking legend, and he wants me to do some talk this Sunday. So we'll see how he goes. I might film it. Might be like, oi, hold my fucking phone while I do a live. See how that goes. Dusty Bogan, cheers, medicine man. Hopefully all these people, all the the lizard people lovers tune into your channel, bro. You just can go ballistic on it all night. Yeah. And that's pretty much right for all the fucking comments. Still 21 of yous on there. Thanks heaps for watching. I think I was like yesterday, I checked how many hours I need before I can get monetized. I'm 115 hours off. So I reckon tonight we'll be really fucking close to getting there. Dusty Bogan, are you on E. Mitchell Jones? Onto E. Mitchell Jones. What are your thoughts on him? I don't know who he is, bro. Don't know, mate. I'll have to fucking check it out. Anyway, we'll read another fucking article, eh? While we're here. 624. Here's one for fucking... I was reading this article. I was like, what the fuck's this about? I didn't read it all, but it sounded interesting enough. Radio star Ben Fordham targeted after Australian Federal Police raid political editor home over spy story. Just hours after the Australian Federal Police raided the home of high-profile journalist, can't even pronounce his name, broadcaster, Ben Fordham has revealed he's also been targeted for his reporting. Anyway, the 2GB Drive representative and Sky News contributor revealed he was the subject of a probe over his story yesterday about 6 asylum seeker boats attempting to reach Australia. An hour after his report went on air yesterday, his producer was contacted by an official from the Department of Home Affairs to advise the material was highly confidential. There you fucking go. It's a funny thing. I've actually had people reach out to me with information and they're like, hey man, do you reckon you could tell the story? And I was like, no fucking way. I don't want the fucking cops breaking down my door and being like, who the fuck told you this information? And some of it you're like, I don't even know if that's real. Yeah. I'm just like, fuck. I don't have millions of dollars, mate. I want to go to fucking court. But yeah, so these guys have exposed, been like, hey mate, they're working out that the asylum seeker boats, I reckon the asylum seeker boats, all the people smugglers, they assumed Bill Shorten was going to win, right? So they were like, yeah, we'll fucking start selling one-way tickets to Australia again. You know, the people smugglers in Indonesia. And then guess what happened? ScoMo got up and they were like, fuck, they still needed to, you know, they probably still got paid. So these boatloads of people have started up again. But thank fuck ScoMo's in power and we're not letting in illegal immigrants. They'll never settle in this nation. Sucked in, you stupid people smugglers. Bunch of stupid idiots. Yeah, here we go. We were told Home Affairs would investigate the disclosure and they would like me to assist in that investigation. He was contacted again last night by senior officials and again this morning when he was told Home Affairs had initiated an investigation that could lead to the AFP criminal investigation. His revelation came as Fordham spoke about the raid today on the Canberra home of whoever it is. Anyway, so we get the gist of the story. They're breaking news that they're fucking not supposed to, and they're cracking the shits about it. Well, guess what? That's fucking freedom of speech, mate. Freedom of press. People need to know what the fuck's going on. I'm glad these news reporters are doing that. They'll be like little mini Julian Assanges, you know what I mean? Having a crack. It's the only way we can keep these politicians' feet to the fire. But I guarantee you, the whole thing is that the whole thing comes down to this particular story, is that the people smugglers thought Bill Shorten, Labor, were going to win the election. So just remember that when the next fucking federal election rolls around, right? And you're like, who should I vote for? And be like, holy fuck, that's right. When the people smugglers, you know, they all listen to mainstream media. Obviously, the mainstream media were like, Bill Shorten's got this in the bag. He's going to win. And so the people smugglers were fucking like, sweet, we're going to cash in on this. Billy Boy's going to help open up the fucking people smuggling trade again. Because he's a globalist and he doesn't believe in borders. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm done with that article. Interesting enough, I only read a little bit about it and I was like, holy fuck. Quite interesting. And we'll read one last fucking article. Winners and losers from the interest rate cut. Today, interest rates, this is Australian if you're an Aussie, I fucking might be good news. Today, interest rates cut will be a good news for many, but there are some key groups, particularly first home-owned buyers, who will be disadvantaged. The Reserve Bank of Australia announced this afternoon that it had cut interest rates to a historic low of 1.25%. Guess the economy's not doing that well then. Do you know what I mean? Chris Richardson said the cut was mostly good news for Australians given how in debt the country is. Australians are only second in the world to the Swiss for a debt to income ratio, Mr. Richardson said. That's fucking terrible news. But I guess if interest rates are low, it's only going to grow, make the debt problem worse, isn't it? It's like incentivizing us to be, you know, debt fucking, yeah, we love the debt. Wonder if they had, I was speaking to some politician who was running for the Liberal Party, and he was like, we should bring in 0% interest until we sort shit out. It's like, fuck. I don't know how it worked. He was some accountant or fucking financial advisor. I was trying to work it out, having conversation. I won't go there because it was half pissed when we're having this chat. He was running for the Senate, that dude. I forget his name. I accidentally deleted our interview, so I didn't get to post it. The interest rate cut is more valuable in Australia because we have so many borrowers and a lot of them are hurting when it comes to housing repayments. Australia's growing debt levels also mean that the cut is more powerful positive than it used to be in previous years because we're fucking drowning in debt. You know what I mean? That's the way our economy works, like a fucking refinance. We're propped up by people just refinancing their property and all this. Fucking Black Lungs is trying to ring me, hanging up. Maybe he's watching the live. Oh yeah, I'll ring him and get on. You know what I mean? Australian growing debt levels also mean that the cut is, yeah, I just read that. A very large group should be very happy on the back of this, he said. However, as in every change, some people will be worse off. Here are the winners and losers from the interest rate cuts. Winners, businesses. Winners, real estate agents. Winners, exporters. Winners, property owners. Losers, first home buyers. I wonder why. While they will be able to borrow more thanks to the lower interest rate, housing prices could start to stabilise. And this is not great news for home buyers. They will also find it harder to save a deposit because banks will likely cut interest rates on savings accounts. I mean, fuck off. The interest rates that they offer you on your savings is nothing. And then you got to pay tax on it. So that's bullshit. And plus, if the property market stabilizes, it's good because you've just bought a property. You don't want it to fucking you don't want the housing market to start dropping, do you? Oh, I just bought a house. How much is it worth? 10 grand less than I bought it for? Doesn't sound fucking good, mate. It's good if the housing market stabilizes. Savers, losers. Those who are relying on interest income from savings account will be impacted because banks will likely reduce interest repayments. Yeah, well, who really cares? The interest rates are fucking so low. You're actually like, I was like better. I worked it out. I was like, oh shit, it's actually better for me to buy solar on my roof than have that money in my offset account or in my savings account. Do you know what I mean? Change it to investing. Look at putting your money in the share market. Just go find some like real stable fucking fully franked shares. Maybe like Wesfarmers, they're pretty good, or Coles, they just broke up from Wesfarmers. They're pretty fucking stable, fully franked shares. Don't take my advice. Don't fucking do it. I know nothing. I know nothing at all. Anyway. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I hope fucking interest rates, I hope interest rates fucking get handed on to I hope the banks hand it on, because this is the Reserve Bank. So it's up to the individual banks to hand on the savings to the fucking people with mortgages. So here we go. Winners, property owners. The rate cut is likely to help stabilize price drops experienced in recent years. If interest rates are too high, house prices tend to be lower because people can't afford to pay off their loans. When rates drop, people can borrow more and house prices tend to improve. However, because house prices have been going down, the rate cut probably won't push prices up, but may see them start to stabilize. That's fucking good. Anyway, how fucking boring. Oh, we read about fucking interest rates and all this bullshit. Yeah. Thanks for fucking tuning in. I'll read your fucking comments and then we can get the fuck out of here. Where did I fucking stop reading? I'll start here. Dusty is the man. Thanks, mate. You're a fucking legend. Yourself. Talk about Trump being a boss in the UK, lad. Yeah, we did. That was the start of the fucking thing, mate. That was the first article I read. Sorry, dude. You missed out. I'll repost it. You can chime in on that shit. Dusty Bogan, did you hear Lauren Summerlin is quitting social media? Yeah, that was yesterday's video, bro. And here's my fucking, can you see? That's Lauren Sutherland's signature on my Dusty Bogan burqa. That's the Bogan burqa signature. When Lauren came to town, she signed it for me. I don't know what I did with the photo with her. It's gone. I must have fucking accidentally deleted it. Yeah, a bit of a shame she's quitting. But anyway, I guarantee it, she won't fucking give up. There's always some she'll fucking, you know, she's had a good crack anyway, so good on her. Two bad politicians just can't fight it out physically. That would be a cool world. Haha. Yeah, we should bring back the Thunderdome like Mad Max. Just fucking, what was that? What do they call it on Game of Thrones? Or like trial by combat, shit like that. Be pretty fucking funny. Yeah, the politicians don't fight. They just send us to fucking we just pay taxes to them, to the thieving politicians, and then they send us to war to kill each other because they're fucking cowards. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, mate. I can't wait. I think I'm 4 weeks away from going on my hunting trip, and then I'll get some good footage of me using my knife. It's going to be fucking sick. about the smugglers, but for every one they left in a boat, 1,000 come by plane. Yeah, I wonder if that's true. Like maybe they just come and get like a holiday visa and overstay. But like, what are they going to do? It's not like they can get the dole, buddy. Who's going to pay cash? Like how many cash jobs are going out there? Unless they like become actual slaves. They probably get like enslaved by some fucking weirdo who uses them in prostitution or drugs or crime and stuff. So that's like not good if people are coming in under the radar and they can't get a tax file number or a bank account. You know what I mean? That literally creates an environment of fucking modern day slavery, which I reckon definitely is happening in America. You know what I mean? With the Mexicans. I reckon Lauren Southern is wanting a baby. She's about the right age. That's what I said yesterday in my video. But apparently she's going to university for some fucking strange reason. You know, what's she going to study? Just like maybe she's going to go do a law degree. Maybe she knows if she becomes a lawyer, she'll be like, fight the good fight in another way, another capacity, and then potentially she could become a politician. I reckon that's probably what she's doing, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. People said she actually was going to go to university and study. Don't know what she was studying, but I want my country to protect us. I want mass deportations. Yeah, well, who are you going to deport? Like, the Filipinos are fucking awesome. The Vietnamese are awesome. Indians are pretty good. You know, Hindus, Buddhists are pretty good. Latinos are all good. Polynesians are all right. And I think even Christian Arabs are all right. My Arab Christian mates are fucking sweet. But yeah, the Muslims, I kind of think. Anyway, I don't want to get into something that needs to be explained properly. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes maybe I should be like, right, this is the subject, and I could just bounce off each other, and then but not tonight, so I don't have fucking time. 28 of yous, thanks for tuning in, all 28 of yous. I was thinking of making like a montage video that you could watch for like fucking 4 minutes and give time for more people to join the chat. That's how like Revenge of the Sith does, and it's fucking awesome. I'd have to work out how to do it, but my mate's having a crack at building me a sweet montage video. Might take a few weeks. We'll see how it works. Here we go. El Cabello TV. He's responding to Deadbeat. Yeah, let me know if you want some for your YouTube channel, and I'm not very good artist, but the only thing I'm good at is trying to help others. Oh, that's fucking nice, mate. 3%. What's that? 3%, if at all. In Germany, inflation is higher. Yeah. Okay, I'm just reading random shit now. When the housing market collapsed, there will be a massive unemployment. Think of the recession we had to have when we were a banana republic, Paul Keating. Yeah, one day it will probably happen, and it's going to be fucking terrible. But hopefully fucking, I reckon if they keep cutting interest rates, we should be right. And as long as if the housing market stabilizes and doesn't go up, and the interest rates stay low, and then if we get wage growth, we could be all good. But then there's a matter of like, how are we going to get that wage growth? Are they going to do tax cuts for workers, or are they going to do tax cuts for fucking employment for companies? Somehow what you actually need to do is have a growing economy. You need to have economic growth and confidence and natural wage growth. So, you know, these are complicated issues. I'm not the man to fucking solve it. I think tax cuts are pretty good. I think we could tax the fucking corporations, or we could bring in a flat tax of like maybe 10 or 15%. So we're all like, everyone just pays 10 or 15%. No staggered tax system, just 10 or 15%, and then close all the loopholes. So all the corporations and small companies would have to compete in a more even playing field. And that could create better opportunity for small business, which could create more jobs for us. You know what I mean? And then by closing the loopholes with the corporations, we could get more taxes from the corporations, and then you could do more tax cuts for. You could have tax free for people up till earning like 35 or 40 grand, and then after that it's a flat tax rate of 15% or 10%. And then, you know, there's a lot of things we could do, but you know what I mean? It's all fucking fantasy, isn't it? It's all fucking, I'm not a politician. Maybe I'll fucking, when I interview these politicians, I talk to them. I say, what's your policy on taxes? How are you going to grow the economy? I ask them questions. Some Liberal National dudes have good ideas, and the LDP, they have good ideas, and One Nation have good ideas. I think, you know, should be in good hands with Liberal National Party. I think they'll be steady sailing. They're not going to fucking reinvent the wheel like Bill Shorten would have fucking tried to change everything. Sometimes a bit of just a few little tweaks for the economy. The economy should be the most important thing, but we're so busy focusing on the PC culture. We really need to think about what we're doing with immigration, and we really need to think about what we're doing with Islamic immigration, and we need to think about what we're doing around freedom of speech. Because with the Muslim thing, it's like the Muslims have a very radical and different belief system than all the other religions, you know what I mean? So it's like the more Muslims you get in, it's like puts pressure on it's like people will be like, maybe we should like fucking do something about this, but then you'll start losing your religious freedoms and freedom of speech. So it's like a double-edged sword. Once you let more Muslims in, then fucking every other religion starts to backfire on them. I mean, at the same time, it's funny how all the gay stuff goes on. It's like the gays are fucking putting the Christians under the pump, and the Muslims are the real radical ones, the real dangerous ones. Like the Christian might be like, hey, you can go to, if you don't repent of that homosexuality, you go to hell. And they're talking about like an afterlife. They'll talk about hurting you now or harming you now. They'd probably take their shirt off the back and help you. That same fucking Christian who's saying that would probably do anything to help you, right? And then you look at the Muslim and he's like, he would be like, he would kill you as an infidel and get a free ticket to paradise. You're like, fucking hell. Which one of these two people should you be worried about? The dude who's talking about, you know, a place called hell that you don't even believe in yourself, and you don't even care, or the guy whose belief system is like justifying fucking violence? I know who we should be worried about. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna fucking wrap this shit up, and I'll probably try, because I'm real close to getting the hours up. So we'll try tune in tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and we'll do another hour of news, because every day there's decent enough news articles, and I sit there and read them. I go, fuck yeah. I hope you guys don't read the news. Don't even bother about reading news. I'll find the good news articles and read them to you. Hope I do a good enough job for you. Fucking cheers, eh? Tomorrow's State of Origin is going to be fucking sick, eh? I hope Queensland gets up, but I know we probably won't. But you always back your team. Doesn't matter if they win or lose, you know what I mean? Cheers, eh?